Hello, I'm Choy with ActivAsian, your online source for the Asian Pacific Islander community. Well, breaking news, Aung San Suu Kyi was released after 7 years of house arrest. The Nobel Peace Prize laureate has either been jailed or under house arrest for more than 15 of the last 21 years. While her release is said to be unconditional, there is speculation that it was to quell the cries that the junta sweep in the recent election was a sham. Here in the U.S., Junior Seau was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence and subsequently drove his car off a cliff. Charges were not pursued by the district attorney, but bad news is that Seau's Temecula restaurant has closed this week. Seau is fine and contends that he was not trying to commit suicide. Staying in sports, Jeremy Lin made his debut with the Golden State Warriors. Currently, the Warriors are 6-4 with a loss over the weekend. Well, the Golden State's Attorney General still has yet to be decided, with Kamala Harris now ahead, 5,500 votes over her Republican opponent. API winners in the midterm election were Mike Aung, the first Asian American elected to the Buena Park City Council, Miller O, and Leland Cheung, Cambridge's first Asian American councilman. John Liu, the first Asian American elected to a citywide office in New York City, Quan, Oakland's first Asian American mayor, and Leland Lee, who just after his landslide victory for his state Senate seat, has just filed papers to replace Gavin Newsom as mayor of San Francisco. Well, the political news brings us to another segment of Piece of Crap. Coming from Citizens Against Government Waste, a political ad depicting a Chinese professor in the future mocking the collapse of America due to its government stimulus programs. A room full of cackling megalomaniacs, an ominous threat of our way of life being taken over. It seems like every fucking decade, yellow peril is propagated. In the 70s, it was the Vietnamese who were taking our dogs off the street and barbecuing them. In the 80s and 90s, Detroit and corporate America were being taken over by Japan. Anyone with dark skin was considered a terrorist, and fear-mongering was an official accepted political tactic after 9/11. Well, now the Chinese are the targets of boogeymandom once again. And where does this all lead? Well, there have been a spate of anti-Asian attacks in Philadelphia, schools, as well as recent attacks in Indiana and San Antonio. That's why the Asian Pacific Islander community came together in Los Angeles to make PSAs against anti-Asian violence. Pan-Asian Community Together was formed. Amy Hill, Francois, Chao, Randall Park, Tai Ma, and Elizabeth Sun were amongst the nearly 100 voices to speak out against these hate-based attacks, as well as to make PSAs in support of the Trevor Project and for APIs to get out and vote. Racebending.com is definitely making its voice heard, once again being that Efron is in talks to be in the live-action remake of Akira. The website's founders were so effective last year in blasting The Last Airbender for its displacement of API actors in favor of bland acting and bland-looking Caucasian actors. Not bland is Far East Movement. They hit #1 with their smash hit Like a G6, Like a G6, and performed on The Tonight Show, finally revealing that a G6 is a private plane favored by rappers. The second season of John M. Chu's LXD premiered, while the current season of Amazing Race will go on without Kevjumba and his dad Michael. They got 2 30-minute penalties for not following the clues directions and were eliminated. Well, we had an adorable duet with Tina and Mike on Glee. Harry Shum Jr. was sure to point out at the San Diego Asian Film Festival that he truly can sing. On Grey's Anatomy, we found out what can happen to guys with HPV, growing monumental warts and what resembled foliage on his limbs. Ugh! That's Chudabala and Jolene in guest roles. A full season has been ordered for Hawai 5-0 with Jason Scott Lee set to appear on the show. Prospects for the event with Ian Anthony Dale are not so cheery going the way of Three Rivers, and cancellation being predicted for that show. Oh my god, sorry, I was just picturing Ian Anthony Dale and Daniel Henney. Some of the APIs to check out on shows are C.S. Lee on Dexter, Archie Kao on CSI, Archie Punjabi, Emmy Award winner for The Good Wife, Danny Pudi on Community, Tim Kang, on The Mentalist, Mindy Kaling on The Office, and new to The Walking Dead, Steven Yeun. Which brings us to Inside Scoop. For an idea that's in the works for ID Film Fest 2011 after a successful and innovative festival this year that included LA premieres, a conference, and pitch competitions. Let's just say that it will bring together your favorite API celebrities for an event that's time has come, being that we are on the cusp of a renaissance for Asian Pacific Islanders in entertainment. Well, that's all I'll say about that for now, except that you will meet some of those API celebrities at the Cape Soiree on December 2nd, where I'll be taking you live on the red carpet. That's all for now. I'm Ken Choy for ActivAsian.